How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, after wait, how long has it been? After over 2 months, we're finally going to be continuing What If the Broly's Were Twins. Since it's been so long since part 3, or any of the other parts to be honest, make sure you guys click the link up above to the playlist so you can get all caught up. Before we begin this part, I just want to explain why it took so long to make. That's because of the like goal. I said that if part 3 hit 1k, then I would make this part, but it took about 2 months to hit just 1k, which is kind of embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. I really do take like goals into account, so if you guys want to see the next parts to any What If faster, then make sure you like and share this video with your friends, as that'll help get the likes up. I'll split the like goal in half this time, that way it doesn't take 2 months for the next part to come out. So if you guys want to see the next part faster, let's see if we can get this part to 500 likes. Now, I want to give a shout out to all my amazing patrons who help support me, and we have way more than 3 this time. Huge shout out to Dreadpool, Patrick Sandlin, Mr. Darkness, Zero Finessin, Josiah Calderon, John Lister, Jared, Robert Gregory, Andy, and Grace PlayStation CK. All of you are amazing, and the support means so much. If you guys want to become a patron and get your What If turned to reality, then click the link to my Patreon page down below. That helps me out a whole lot. With that long intro out of the way, let's get right into this video. Goku and Broly are both training with the Z-Sword on Shin's planet, hoping to get strong enough to face off against the evil Babidi. They don't know exactly where he is right now, but they know he's somewhere on Earth going around to gather more and more energy. To the best of their ability, these two are trying to train with the Z-Sword, and they switch off with the sword while training, by throwing it right at each other and forcing themselves to catch it. They don't practice with Kachin yet though, since they're too busy using the sword on each other. Gohan, Paragus, and Videl meanwhile, are training harder than ever in the Time Chamber. Videl and Gohan are surprisingly doing fine, but Paragus is struggling very hard to keep up. He's slowing down all of his attacks, and is getting out of breath very fast. Gohan can tell that the room's conditions are far too much for Paragus, and tries to tell him so, but Paragus isn't having it. He can't stop training, he needs to get even stronger. He doesn't tell Gohan, but he can't let Vegeta get away with that humiliating defeat. He's been working for decades to get his revenge, he can't just stop here in his old age. Gohan is getting angry now, telling Paragus he's going to end up killing himself. He's not going to train them anymore if he keeps pushing himself to death every day. This angers Paragus, as Gohan just doesn't get it. He doesn't know what true hatred feels like. He was a fool for thinking that this kid would know how to get stronger. He storms out of the room, leaving Gohan and Videl fuming. Paragus flies off by himself, wondering exactly where he should go now. Who else is going to help him? There's nobody strong enough left on this planet to train with, and those who aren't going to actually help him out in achieving his goal. If only Goku or Broly were here, they wouldn't force him to stop. What else can he do to kill Vegeta? As he's flying around the planet trying to clear his head, he senses a gigantic energy, one even larger than his own. He doesn't get too close, but he sees what energy he was sensing. It's a tall pink man with an M on his forehead. He watches as him and a small imp brutally kill 2 men in cold blood. The hell is that about? As it seems the two are about to go back inside, the pink man turns and looks directly at him and smiles. Paragus' heart stops for a moment, as Dabura appears behind him and smacks him down to the dirt. Paragus transforms into Super Saiyan 2 and begins to fight off Dabura, asking him who the hell he is and what he did to those people. Dabura doesn't say a word but just smiles as to fight. To Dabura's surprise, the old man is very strong, easily the strongest being that they've encountered on this planet so far. If they keep fighting, then all this energy is going to go to Awakening Buu. It might take a long while though, so throughout the fight, Dabura begins to keep asking questions. Are there others like him? If so, are they on their way here as well? Paragus explains that his son is on his way to help. And he is in a league of his own. Nobody can stop him, and nothing is going to. Babidi searches through Paragus' heart, and finds that it is filled with darkness. He has a certain hatred for just one man. He doesn't know who that man is, but he can see that he betrayed him, and made an embarrassment out of him. He wants to kill him, but he is just too weak. Too weak? Somebody like this who's matching with Dabura is too weak to kill somebody else? That could be very useful. Babidi stops the two fighting and says that they don't mean any harm against him. They're just trying to accomplish a goal they've been striving for all their lives. Something that he apparently can relate to. If he helps them accomplish their goal, they will help him accomplish his. Paragus looks at Babidi in confusion. This small imp can help him in killing Vegeta? How so? Babidi says he can make Paragus way more powerful, and that with this power, he can kill that man. The only condition is that he gets to watch. Paragus has been looking for something just like this, and says he'll do anything to get stronger and finally kill Vegeta once and for all. Babidi laughs and begins to work his magic on Paragus, reaching into his mind and twisting it to meet his own desires. Paragus screams out in pain, clutching his forehead and squeezing it. After a long while of agonizing screams, Paragus looks up and smiles. revealing the Majin symbol on his forehead. Majin Paragus tells Babidi the location of Vegeta, and with his magic, they're easily sent to his location. Vegeta is surprised to see Paragus, but smiles, asking if he wants to get beaten to a pulp again. He stops talking immediately though, once he notices that bloodthirsty look in Paragus' eyes. He looks a lot more powerful, and what's up with that M tattoo on his forehead? Does he think that makes him look more badass? Well, it's not working. Vegeta eats his words though, as Paragus launches him and decks him across the face, sending him flying into many nearby buildings. Vegeta grits his teeth, powers up into Super Saiyan 2, and tries to end this quickly before anybody else is hurt. He is not able to end it easily though, as Paragus is much stronger. What exactly did he do to get this strong so fast? Majin Paragus is able to counter all of Vegeta's blows, launching heavy hits to his chest and face, and with every powerful blow that lands, it's energy that goes into Buu's shell. Babidi maniacally laughs watching the fight, as these two are way stronger than Dabura. This battle is going to awaken Buu in no time. Vegeta is losing this fight fast, not being fast enough to keep up with the ferocity of Paragus' rage-induced blows. Vegeta is kicked to the curb, landing in the ruined city of the West. He reverts back to his base form, weakly trying to stand up, but Paragus lands on his chest, causing Vegeta to cough up blood. Paragus looks at Vegeta with a crazed smile. Not so cocky now, is he? Where's all his bravado of the strongest Saiyan? He's finally going to kill him, get his revenge for what him and his sons had to go through. He readies a large ki blast at Vegeta, about to end it all. Trunks, though, quickly jumps in the way, standing in front of his father, yelling at Paragus to stop. Paragus does stop, and looks at Trunks in shock. He tells him to move out of the way, that this doesn't concern him. Trunks yells back, saying that his dad had nothing to do with what happened to him either. He's holding all of this stupid aggression inside of him, and is just trying to take it on to somebody else to get his revenge. His dad didn't do anything to him. It was his grandpa who did. Why can't he get that inside his head? He vowed to be better than his son, and not a murderous monster just like him, but he's turning into the very thing he was fighting against not too long ago. And look what he's done. Look at the destruction around them. He's sick. And if he's going to kill somebody who didn't do anything to him, then he's going to kill somebody else who didn't do anything either. Majin Paragus doesn't even know what to say. He looks at Trunks and sees the boy's future self looking back, saying that if he ever does anything to hurt anybody again, he will kill him. He's broken that promise. What has he done? Paragus lowers his hand and collapses to the ground, telling Trunks he's sorry and that he's failed. He reverts back to his base form and looks to Vegeta, not saying any words. The two just communicate understanding through their eyes. Vegeta understands why Paragus did what he did. He was like that once himself. Luckily, it's all over now. Paragus lowers his head to sob some more, as Dabura's sword pierces his body. Paragus is lifted up in the air, grabbing the sword and flailing about. Dabura scoffs and tells Paragus he's just useless trash. Master Babidi shouldn't have relied on him. Dabura slams Paragus into the ground as the old Saiyan hurls blood. He looks at Vegeta and Trunks one last time, weakly saying, "I'm sorry," as he dies. This last blow from Dabura was enough to get Buu's energy completely filled, and the evil Majin is revived. Shin senses Buu's energy immediately. He can feel it from all the way out here, and he screams out, "It can't be! How is Buu awakened so fast?" There's nothing they can do to stop him now. Goku and Broly tell Shin not to worry, as this may not have been the plan, but they still have the Z-Sword, and may be enough to stop Buu. Shin doubts it, but there's nothing else that they can do, so they might as well try. Kibito grabs onto all of them, and they teleport to a destroyed Rest City. Goku and Broly stare in horror. No, all of these people, it can't be. Vegeta was here, wasn't he? What happened to him? They fly down just in time to see Dabura turn into a cookie and eaten by Buu. Goku asks Shin if that's really the guy, as he doesn't seem like much, but Shin shakes in fear, saying that this is him, no doubt about that. Buu looks up and sees these guys staring at him. He smiles and rushes towards them, knocking Shin and Kibito away in a flash. Goku and Broly don't even have time to react, and are blasted away by Buu as well. The two become Super Saiyans, going back up to Buu and fighting him off with the teamwork of the Z-Sword. Buu is sliced open, but he keeps on regenerating himself even with the deepest of cuts. It seems the Z-Sword by itself isn't going to do much here. Time to change strategies. As the two fly around and slice up Buu, the person who doesn't have the Z-Sword blasts away the pieces of Buu cut off, giving him no time to put himself back together. Buu screams out, trying his best to do anything to get these guys away from him, but Goku and Broly are working too well together, and eventually able to shred down Buu enough where he can't regenerate anymore, and is gone. Boo is quickly taken out surprisingly by the amazing teamwork of Goku and Broly, and Babidi stares in horror, just waiting for it to be a joke by Boo, and that he's going to come back any second now. Of course, he doesn't, so Boo really failed him. How are there people so strong out there, even stronger than Boo? He must have one of them under his control. He looks into Goku's mind, but it's too pure, nothing he can control. But Broly is different. He has confusion in his heart, and worry of not being able to control himself. Maybe, if he can exploit this, he can get this Saiyan under his control. Babidi tries to work his magic on Broly, but before he can get a single word out, he has his head blasted completely off by Trunks. He isn't going to let him hurt anybody else. With this battle won, Goku and Broly fly down to help out the survivors of the attack, and what Broly sees destroys him. Vegeta is laying down beaten badly next to his father. He rushes down to see if he's okay, but he's gone. His father was taken away from him again. No, not again. The Dragon Balls can't bring him back this time either. He's really gone. Broly yells out an agonizing scream into the air, transforming once again to his legendary form. Broly continues screaming as he cries, and Goku is worried Broly is going to go on a rampage again. Though, that doesn't come. He just sits there, screaming and crying, yelling out the word Dad over and over again. After the dust settles, the Z Fighters use the Dragon Balls to wish back all of those who were killed in the attack by Boo. All but one. Broly himself, after calming down, flew his father to the place where his brother was killed, and he buries him there. Broly looks down at the burn marks of where his brother was destroyed, and the mound of dirt where his father is. There were no words said. Broly just sadly looks down at his fallen family, and after looking at the same spot for hours, he flies away. And that's where we're going to be leaving this part for right now. I really hope you guys enjoyed the Boo saga of this scenario, as even though Boo wasn't much of a threat, I wanted to focus more on character development for this part, and just use Boo as a catalyst for that. Need some more character studies in my stories, and don't worry, next part we're actually going to have a villain who won't be taken out right away. So if you guys want to see that part faster, then make sure you get this part to 500 likes. That way I can get right to the next part. Thank you all so much for watching, and until we meet again, see you later!